Ipreo is a B2B fintech company. We provide information and technology solutions to three main constituents: the investment banks, investors, both private and public, and also issuers of debt, of equity, so publicly listed companies. What is unique about Ipreo is that we play throughout the entire ecosystem of capital markets. We can be at the beginning when venture capital and early stage investments are made into companies. We're there when companies go public and enter the IPO market or raise debt in the fixed income markets. And then going forward, we also provide the services so that companies can really understand their shareholders and bondholders so that they can effectively manage those constituents. There is really no other company that can touch each of those parts of the capital raising process. So we believe we have a unique position throughout the global markets. One of our business lines, key business lines, is our private capital markets offerings. The constituents of the private capital markets are primarily GPs and LPs, so either private equity investors and different investors along that spectrum, including venture capital, fund of funds, and then also LPs or limited partners. That includes the world's largest pension funds, government funds, and organizations or capital groups like that. But what is relevant is a need for greater transparency and a need for greater efficiencies to deal with regulatory changes throughout the markets. So there's a demand for data, for information at your fingertips all the time now, and it's important to make sure that investors, private equity firms, as well as their investors, LPs, have access to that information. Technology enables that in a way that we haven't been able to see before, and they're adopting these solutions in a significant manner because of this need for transparency and access to data. I think a key challenge for private capital markets is really adoption and trust associated with making sure that a service provider is able to deliver a bespoke solution to really enable a firm to be more efficient, to be more productive, so that they're spending more time not doing administration of their data and their portfolio, but able to A, source and originate more deals, B, drive greater returns with greater transparency and access to the data, and C, at the end of the day, return that to their LPs and to their investors. So that really drives the entire ecosystem. I think throughout all of our businesses, technology is going to advance and make the overall public capital markets and private capital markets more efficient. So one example of what Ipreo is doing is that we have a joint venture with a company called Symbiont that is a leading blockchain company, and we work with them in the syndicated loans space to make it more efficient. And essentially what we're working to do, and we've already tested and piloted it through a JV called Synops, is to take the settlement time for a loan that can last up to a month in the US markets and bring that down to days. And that saves time and efficiency throughout the market. I think one of the biggest trends, whether it's technology or not, is regulation. The demand from greater regulation across the spectrum of capital markets is requiring all of the constituents and participants to leverage technology in a way to be more efficient, so they have access to that and respond to demands from governments as they evolve.